Is it quicker and cheaper to change your own tires at home and you get more satisfaction from it than actually taking it to a tire store? Let's find out. So here we have a buddy's BMW that needs some new tires, and I've been changing all my own tires for easily the past 10 years. I don't go to tire shops anymore, and so I've always been curious, is it actually cheaper? Do I save time? Do I actually save money to actually do my own tires or to do friends and family's tires versus taking them to a tire store? Let's find out. I'm going to time myself. This video really isn't going to be how to change tires. Got a whole video on that. I'm just kind of timing myself and seeing how much. So I'm going to break the beads on these. Now, I did have my buddy, these are his tires. We ordered new ones off Amazon. Amazon is amazing for tires. You can generally get them 10% cheaper. Sometimes it's the same price, but a lot of times you get it cheaper. But I had him calculate and figure out what it was actually going to cost to mount these tires, and he's a haggler, and he haggled them down to roughly 26 bucks is what he said. So that's about what it saves you. Whether or not that's worth it or not, we'll find out. Don't be shy with the lubrication. You can buy a big old jug. I'll put a link below for like 10 bucks. A huge gallon jug. You dilute it with water. Goes forever. Makes this easy. I'm going to use a special bar that I have a video on as well. But there's really no reason you can't use this. It will put teeny little, maybe a little bit of a mar around the surface. But if you're doing an old car, who really looks at it? You're the only one that cares. And if you do care, go watch my video on how to make one of these bars. Get it up there. This is a low profile 17-inch rim. It is winter, so I did heat it up just to make it easier to go on. There's a bunch of steel wires that run in here, and with the cold they can contract. I have the other tires sitting in the house for the last day or so to stay in warm. And this is why they say that you cannot put plugs in tires. Not because plugs are bad, but because you don't know how long the person's driven on it. And if they've driven on a flat tire long enough, the inside is shredded like this. This is why a lot of places ban plugs in tires and they won't do it. But if you know it didn't do that, if you just came out flat, you didn't drive on it's flat, you know it's not like that inside, you can put a plug in your tire. Not part of this video, but now, according to my buddy, says that he got these tires for about $20 to $25 cheaper through Amazon than he could find locally, even haggling with them, even telling the local tire shops he could buy them on Amazon, you know. So, altogether with two tires, he's saving right around $100. Isn't that right?
That sounds right.
So, $100. Will this tire machine pay for itself? It's paid for itself a bunch of times over. I gotta put some price grips on there. There we go. Air it up. So I'm roughly 15 minutes in, but that's also removing both tires. So 15 minutes in, we got one tire done, one to go. I got the second one off. This one fought me. That bead was really stuck on there good. Some tires, you know, they really stick on there amazing. So now it's just a matter of throwing the last tire on and we'll be done. Sitting under the heat. Done. Put the core back in. Air it up. Okay, now we're going to balance the tires. This is my balancer. This is actually a Harbor Freight unit, and it came with a head like this. Virtually everything at Harbor Freight is a clone of an actual brand, and I was lucky enough to actually find a USA-made head, the clone of what Harbor Freight cloned, and it actually works better. The biggest problem with the Harbor Freight is there's slop in these bushings, because this goes down. The Harbor Freight one did work, and I was able to get it, but it took a little trial and error. You can see this pushes down with the weight of the rim, and the Harbor Freight, this actually shimmies a little bit, and so this actually acts as weight, and so you can't get necessarily always an accurate weight. You kind of got to directly center on it. It's just a little bubble in there. If it leans one way, you put weight on the other side. They work great. I've taken tires up to 90 miles per hour, and intentionally I'm looking for shake with zero shake with this unit, but it does take some practice. I could do a video on how to use these, but now we got to balance this. Just set it down on there, and I got my bubble over here. So you can see the bubbles on this side. So if I put weight on this side, it actually centers it. So I'll just stack up some extra weights right on this side until I get it perfectly balanced. And I'll just put them on here with some masking tape before I remove it from the fixture, because I want it to, you don't want to add some, take some. So you tape it where you're going to put it. I like to put it in the center of the rim with stick-on adhesive, so I'm not messing up the dynamic balance. This is a static balance machine, not as good as dynamic, but I can take these tires up to full speed without any vibration. So now it's just a matter of stacking some weights so I get that perfectly centered. I use almost exclusively reclaimed weights. You can buy a big old bulk bucket of these, they're cheap, but I just keep taking them off. And I have this 3M adhesive that I just stick under there. They're stuck on good. This one's balanced. Let's do the second one. Bring it here. There. Yeah, let's do a tire. So all said and done, it took me roughly 40 minutes. 40 minutes to take them off, demount them, remount them. I spent a couple extra minutes on one just trying to get it off, but let's say 45 minutes. 45 minutes to do 2 tires. The problem with that is you can't drive to the tire store and back in 45 minutes. And altogether save roughly about $100 for the 2 tires. Most tires it saves around $50 for a pair, but this one particular, for this particular size, mounting, balancing, and the tire costs themselves right around $100 for 45 minutes. So essentially, if this was my own car, I just paid myself $125, $150 an hour to do it myself. That can buy all the tools that I did in this job. Everything I did, I could probably buy for around $100 and $150. So everything here will just pay for itself on 2 tires, 1 tire job. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to watch videos on the tire changer mods or how I made the no scratch tire changer bar, I'll put links right after here. And you guys want to see the dog do some tricks? See this. Ready for it? Ready for it? Now come in here. Heel. Heel. Oh, you slipped. Drop it. Drop it. Click on another video.